Tapas Fleming here, tatlife.com. I'd like to tell you about how I used to hate and be really angry at my dad and mom too, and how I got really over it with TAT. How it used to be is when my dad would come home, my big brother, my big sister, my little brother, and my mom and I would all just get so clamped down emotionally, try to hide, not share who we were. We couldn't have fun. He was just sort of like a pressure cooker that could blow up with anger at any second. And the environment was like so thick you could cut it with a knife. I hated every night at the dinner table, 6 o'clock every night. It was just awful. And my dad used to say things like, "Shut up or I'm gonna break your little necks." Or to my mom, "If you blah, 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 I'm gonna push you over a cliff." It was just so much tension, and he really took all the fun out of life, and we all felt really scared and angry to some degree. And then I was mad at my mom because she didn't defend us. And to kind of paint the picture even more, my mom was the youngest of 5 children, and my dad was the oldest in his family. I think there were 6 kids in that family. And so there was this and they were 13 years apart. There was just a lot of power dynamic of he had all the power, my mom had none of the power, and she didn't. And plus my mom had been the quiet child, abused to some degree, and just kept everything in. So that's how she was. And so for a long time, I was really mad at both of them. My tactic was be really quiet, don't speak up, don't show how I feel, don't express anything. For a long time in my life, till I was in my early 20s, if you said, "So how are you doing?" I could only say 2 things, crummy or fine. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't express myself. I mean, what I'm telling you is so real. And so I did a lot of TAT over the years, and just about how this particular incident happened, and it was so traumatic, and the time my dad beat my sister with a strap and how awful that was, and I wanted to run away from home when I was 8, and just thing after thing and then stuff toward my mom too. Why couldn't you be different? I hate you for it. Anyway, I did all that, and by the time some time went by, and now I just have totally zero disturbance with either of them. I just feel their love and support and total compassion about, not like, "Oh, you poor things," but just a true understanding in my heart that, hey, that's how they were raised. That was really the best they could do. And yeah, end of story. There's no more blah, blah in my mind or rage. I mean, I had a time with my dad when I was literally pounding with my fists on the table and screaming at him. So that is all totally for real calm. And it's really just nice to have that kind of relationship with my parents and my childhood now. So I think healing ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, is super important, because all that stuff, all those feelings reflected right into all my grown-up relationships, and now not there. So I hope you will use or consider using TAT for healing all your childhood traumas, and that you feel peace happiness and equanimity of heart when you remember your childhood and think of your parents. Thank you for listening, and my very best wishes to you. See you next time.